Before we move on, don't forget, check out kencampbell.substack.com. You can get writing. Ken's writing is on Substack. It is very much unfiltered. It is very interesting. He reaches out to folks that, I mean, you know, the man's got a Rolodex. I'll give you that. You got yourself a Rolodex.
Oh, it's all on my cell phone, Dylan. I don't have a Rolodex anymore.
You don't have the Rolodex app?
There used to be one where it was like flat and it had all the letters on it, and
my grandma had one.
Yeah, and you'd move the little tab to the letter, and then you'd press a thing at the bottom, and it would pop flip open. Yeah, that was awesome.
My grandma had one, and I remember
those were great. Those were great.
I remember as a kid, like playing with that a ton, and trying to figure out how it did. Right, because it felt like magic. I was like 7 or something like that. Anyways, let's move on to the Colorado Avalanche versus the St. Louis Blues.
This won't be a waste of 8 days for St. Louis, but it'll be a waste. It'll be a waste of maybe 12. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just think that I loved St. Louis's depth. I loved their depth in the first round.
Right.
And you know what? Again, like,
You picked St. Louis.
No, and for that reason.
Yeah.
And it was true. And I feel like in St. Louis, you know, Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas are kind of the future. Not kind of. They're the future of this team. They are the future of this team.
Easy with the hot takes there, Ken.
No, and they're taking over this roster. But it was interesting in the first round. It was the old war horses. It was David Perron. It was Vladimir Tarasenko. It was Ryan O'Reilly. It was those guys. And Ryan O'Reilly looked like the Conn Smythe Ryan O'Reilly from 3 years ago, right?
Yeah. But Jordan Binnington better than the Jordan Binnington that won the Cup.
Right. But apparently that wasn't that difficult because you hated him when he won the Cup.
Okay, easy. I didn't hate him.
Easy.
I thought he was one of the worst goalies. Like, that was one of the worst goalie performances that's won a Cup. But that is still comparing to goalies who have won a Cup.
Antti Niemi?
Yeah, that's one of the other ones.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But I'm just saying that's comparing to goalies who've won a Cup.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? The sample that I'm drawing from is historically good goalie performances.
Right.
And his was just slightly below average, if you ask me.
Right. Okay. And he was a lot better, but I just feel like you can't beat superstars when they are.
They just did with Minnesota.
That's kind of why. Yeah, but that's kind of why I'm picking Edmonton too. Is like when superstars are engaged and they decide that it's something they really want. Yeah, I don't know that you have an answer to that. You know, Torrey Krug might not be able to play in this series. That'll be a big subtraction for the St. Louis Blues. I just feel like they've won their series. They were game. You know, they were valiant. They worked hard. They hung in there. But come on.
Yeah. So I am picking the Avalanche, but I am picking them at 60%, which I'm sure is lower than you're picking them at.
Yes, because I'm picking them at 100.
Woo! You see, and here's the thing. I've gone through this.
That's it. That's this whole thing. It's going to be decided on this series.
Yeah,
like I'm either going to just pull away, or you're going to close the gap completely.
Or I'm going to only lose 10 points, and you're going to lose 50.
No, they can't both lose the series, you bonehead. If St. Louis wins,
the Avalanche.
I thought you picked. Okay, yes, that's right.
I'm picking the Avalanche at 60%.
Right.
You're
okay.
picking them at 100%.
So it's a 30-point swing here. Yeah.
40-point swing. If St. Louis wins,
my son. Oh yes,
you lose
40.
50 points.
I lose 50. That's right. Okay.
And call me your son?
Yeah.
Do your sons know more about math than you do too?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Well, one of them's just got into chiropractic college, so I mean,
he's lousy in math, but he's really good in biology and a lot of other sciences.
A clever fella to be there.
Yeah, he's not. Doesn't have any flaws.
No, look,
in it.
I've gone over this 100 times in my head. You know, you can try to be strategic about this, but I think that the best way to win in this competition is just to make your picks the way that you're going to make your picks. Because if you win, you win, and if you lose, you lose.
But how? Okay, so
it's a betting system.
But you think that the best way to win is like, how are you speaking from any sort of point of authority there? Because you're getting your ass kicked right now. That's like, oh, Matt Sundin comes out and says, yeah, these Leafs, they're really good. They're going to win. Darcy Tucker, all these guys that never won a damn thing in their lives. Yeah, this team's great. They're going to win. Like, how do they know?
Phil Housley.
When you're not winning anything.
Yeah.
Come on, Dylan.
Yeah. You know who you bring in to win? Joe Thornton. Sorry.
Yeah.